Are Witch Elves any good in patch 6.0.5? I'm sure they've lost a lot of situational value in the estimation of many because of what they've lost. A rampage infliction on enemy forces in melee, but balance changes strengthen a game in the big picture. That's how I feel about Witch Elves. They're a pricey and situational unit, but make no mistake, they hit hard, and even without special faction buffs, they may be risky, but they really know how to crush people. Recruited for 800 gold and 200 upkeep. On Ultra, these elves arrive at 100 entities and 6,500 health between them. Armor is 5, and echoing MMO rules, where the lack of coverage means higher defensive values. These girls come with physical resistance of 20%, as if they're honorary demons. Don't be fooled, resistance just diminishes damage taken. Reducing an arrow's damage from 10 to 8 still adds up fast. Leadership starts at 72. Speed 44 and charge speed 52 is especially unencumbered. Melee attack begins at 38, better than most, and carries poison with each strike, diminishing enemy hitting power. Attack interval of 4.6 is a little slower than usual. No splash damage. Melee defense is a mere 26, since defense genuinely isn't the focus. Weapon strength is 40, split base 30, and armor piercing 10, with a very decent bonus versus infantry of 8, so that's instantly melee attack 46, and weapon strength 48, 75% of which is base damage. Charge bonus is 24, and mass is 90. The unit has Hide and Forest, and has access to Murderous Mastery, the higher level from Prowess, which basically means they cause fear when that's active. Moreover, they have Frenzy, which instantly gives melee attack plus 10, charge bonus and weapon strength plus 10%, and immunity to psychology as long as the morale is high enough to keep that active. Damage will sap morale. Finally, Witch Brew is a completely new thing compared to the old times when they inflicted Rampage on enemy units early in battle. Rather, this puts Rampage on the ladies themselves. But for the duration, and this is one use per battle only, 24 seconds of plus 24 melee attack and plus 50% base and armor piercing damage, basically a Grimgor's Law for 24 seconds, affecting only them. Which is great, but they're still really thinly armored. They will get focused if the enemy can. In the Redline skills, Slaughterlord assigns melee attack plus 6 and melee defense plus 6 at 3 pips. At rank 7, they can benefit from Confer Bloodlust, granting speed plus 10%, which helps, weapon strength plus 12%, which helps the killing power, and 10% physical resistance to add to what they already possessed. In the tech tree, Temple Training Grounds gives recruit rank plus 2, Festivals of Ruin grants 5% ward save, which is a nice thing. Walking in Darkness grants speed plus 10% in addition to more campaign movement. No Signs of Weakness, which is pretty late game, is plus 5 leadership, and Ceremonial Weapons provides plus 5 melee attack and plus 5% weapon strength. So how do we use Witch Elves? There's no two ways about it, this unit is all offense, and if you allow it to be focused, enemies will relentlessly focus it, and should. Left alone, it's dangerous to enemies in melee. The Frenzy alone will make it a shredder of normal infantry. Plus, the poison diminishes their power anyway. Weapon strength with Frenzy is 44 even before you add bonus versus infantry, and so on. Its ability to bring instant offense is better in short, overwhelming engagements, making this a great unit to plunge in via ambush. Of course, the problems are all keeping it alive to do these things. Enemies with magical attack definitely are a problem, as are spells, so this is always going to be a high-risk unit, but if you have the money to afford it, and afford to take the chances, there is upside to be produced. You just need a plan. You can't use this unit to charge down missile units and not pay a price, so that as your only plan, don't. I sort of kind of show what happens. It's a little different when you're fielding so many Witch Elves that they can't focus all of them. That's when you can simply proc the brew while hitting the enemy line. Rampage doesn't matter at that point, and mulching enemy infantry does. I didn't show the demo combats on easy mode. If you want easy, pair these with armored, fast, hard-hitting units that aren't built to brawl with infantry. If that sounds like chariots, good for you. You need ways to exploit the matchups that Witch Elves aren't the best at, and they simply aren't armor-piercing enough to be ideal against the really heavily armored targets. But on the other hand, here's the thing. If the enemy's armor-piercing anyway, having physical resistance is better than armor, barring super high melee defense, but these are Witch Elves, not the other girls. They bring the frenzy. That's their number one job, to be even more mulchy than Blackguard Corsairs at the cost of being thinly protected. Use them appropriately and they'll pay dividends. And of course, some factions just use them better. Take care and have fun reveling in slaughter, because they will.